What is going on? Hope you're having a great day today. Just wanted to put together a short little video, just letting you know what you'll need to do when it comes to setting up ProPresenter for a given Sunday. So in my absence, my goal is to make this as plug and play as possible for you. Sarah and I are working on a set list for each week, and so songs should already be in here for you. But like I said, there's just a couple things you'll need to do and be aware of if you aren't already aware. So first of all, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to import the VM. So where the VM is, you're going to go to Finder, you're going to go to Sunday, and you'll see that each week has its own folder within the Sunday folder. So today we're working on May 5th, so we're going to do May 5th. And then within that folder, you're going to see three things. You'll see the script, the sermon presentation, and the VM. So we're going to take the VM, we're going to drag it into video right here. So drag and drop. The VM is now good to go. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to import the sermon, and this one requires a little more work. So we're going to take the sermon, we're going to drag it. Make sure you can just click OK. It's going to show up always at the very bottom of the playlist. So we're going to take it and we're going to drag it in its appropriate spot. So now what we need to do is we need to set the looks for each of these slides. And we have a few different types of slides here. As you know, we have our David Martin title slide, we have our series graphic, and then we have our sermon slides. So what I'm going to do now is set the look for David's title slide. So we're going to right click, we're going to go to Add Action, we're going to go to Audience Look, and we're going to select Offering Lower Third David Martin. And this is basically telling ProPresenter to display his title slide on all three screens, as well as on our live stream as a lower third, just like that. For our series graphic, the look that we're going to assign it is Sermon No Lower Third. So again, right click, Add Action, Audience Look, Sermon No Lower Third. And then what we're going to do for the sermon slides, what we want is for these to only display on the side screens and then also on the live stream. So we're going to select this, and then we're going to go to the very end and we're going to hold the Shift key down on the keyboard and click the very last slide to highlight all of the slides. And now what we can do is we can right click on any of these highlighted slides, go to Add Action, and we're going to apply the sermon look to these slides. So now we have the text on the side screens as well as on our live stream as a lower third. Now, currently our center screen is blank. And so this is something super important to know and to remember and to not forget about. We don't want the center screen to ever be blank. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to Sunday Center Splash. And we're going to select this graphic right here. And you'll see that the border turns green when it's selected. That's how you know it is enabled and it is on and ready to go. And so basically this is going to stay during the sermon. As you probably already know, this stays static on the center screen as we go through our different verses and different slides for our sermon. And that is what we want. If the center splash is not enabled or selected, the center screen is going to be blank. And again, that's not what we want. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to check our offering slides. So first of all, we've got our offering presentation here. And we want this background here. So currently there's no background, but we want the same background as the last song we just came out of. So like, for example, let's say this is our background for His Name is Jesus. Coming out of His Name is Jesus, we'll go into offering. And we want the offering to start with that same background. So make sure it's the same one. And then the last slide, we want it to be the same background as the song we're going to go into. So like we'll do, for Lion, we'll do this background. And so we'll use that same background. I forgot which one I used. We'll use that same background for the end of offering. So make sure that is set up and ready to go. That just makes it more of a smooth transition out of this song into offering and then out of offering into the next song. The next thing we're going to want to do is make sure that the title slide is correct and that the offering verse is correct. So we're going to check Planning Center. We'll go to May 5th. we see that on May 5th, the offering is going to be Charles. So we're going to go to offering, and look at that. It's already set to Charles. We want to make sure that his title slide and his look are correct as well. So we're going to right click, edit action, and make sure offering lower third Charles Bobo is what it's set to. That way his name shows up on the live stream as well. And then we want to make sure that the offering verse is correct. So we see that the offering verse is Proverbs 3:9. Offering verse is, in fact, Proverbs 3:9. A couple more super important reminders. So first of all, I have already pre-programmed the timers. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically underneath the confidence monitor, which is the cheat screen that the people on stage use for their lyrics and speakers use for their Bible verses, underneath that, there is another TV screen that has timers that keeps everybody on stage on track to make sure we don't go over our time on Sundays. So we have two sets of timers. We have one set for our 9 o'clock service and then another one for our 11 o'clock service. And so make sure, obviously for our 9 o'clock, it is selected that we have our 9 o'clock timers selected and that you change it to the 11 o'clock timers for our second service. The other thing to take note of is Tuesday nights. So Tuesday nights obviously have now become an actual worship service. And so when the band is done with their sound check, what you're going to do is you're going to turn this slide. You're going to select the slide on. And that is going to be the pre-service slide for Tuesday night prayer. If you have any questions or need anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. I will be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you so much.